because the priest is more accountable. Somebody teaching and preaching, they're going to be more accountable than somebody just listening. But everybody got to pay something, right? He said, a kid of the goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which he hath sinned. Go ahead, verse 29.
And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering.
See, and he had to kill this female of the goats that was without blemish. Just like the priest had to kill the bullock that was without blemish. Just for sin and ignorance. That shows you God requires something, don't he? The wages have to be paid. Let's go to Leviticus 20. That's why it's ludicrous when the Lord told Adam, the day you sin against me, you going to die. And all of mankind been dying, and you let a preacher tell you at a funeral that the person really not dead. That's contradicting what God said. God said you're going to die for sins, and the devil told Eve, you should not surely die. And the preacher tell you the person in the casket is not surely dead. They not really dead. They done went on to glory. You a lie and the truth not in you. God said you're going to die for sin. How you going to get out of that? You can't get out of it. Only way you can get out of that is through the out that Jesus gave you by dying and resurrected. You got to wait on the resurrection. You can't get out of that. You can't say you went to glory because the resurrection ain't came and judgment day haven't came. You're going to take the belt. You're going to take judgment out of God's hand. You can't do that. God is a judge. You ain't going to make it to where God wants you to be until he say it's okay, till he judge you. But now, Leviticus 20. Let's look at some more of God's judgment because it's a price to pay. That's why we got all these warnings all over the Bible. Now, we read the Old Testament now. Some people say, oh, see, yeah, it was kind of rough back there. But see, when Jesus came, we ain't got to worry about that. Well, we're going to go back and see what Jesus said in a minute. Leviticus 20 and verse 1. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel.
Now, first of all, I always like to point out that Moses didn't make this up. He got direct instructions from God. That's pretty big. Even that. Preachers can't say that. Even though they be lying, talking about they was on their couch one Thursday evening and the Lord told them something, they lying. You wasn't there, you don't know. The Bible say God talked to Moses for real. And even most of the preachers, if you tell them, well, did you really talk to God? No, well, I just thought I heard something in my mind. Look, but Moses talked to God face to face, the Bible say. And you going to put down him and accept what your preacher say? So it said, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, what?
Whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, and he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. See, now people say, oh, see, God was hard back then. Oh, thank God for Jesus. We don't have to worry about all that stoning. Look, you still going to get stoned. It's going to eat. We're going to read Jesus is going to be worse than Moses, brothers and sisters. He worse than Moses. People don't understand that. Matter of fact, these people was just getting killed physically back here. Jesus is going to kill you eternally forever in the lake of fire. Which one you think is worse? At least when Moses had people stoned, they just went to sleep once the bricks hit them. As Brother Wayne said, well, they got rocked to sleep. So, but that was it. Once you was asleep, you didn't know nothing. Jesus talking about burning you forever, and you're going to know it all the while. Every step of the way. Which one is worse? Hey, what Jesus do? But people that made Jesus nicer. Oh, see, Jesus ain't going to do it. We're going to read what Jesus think about all this. But yeah, this was rough. He said, if you offered your child up, because that's what they did, they killed their children to offer up to some false god. In this case, Molech. He said, so you tell Israel, verse 2, again, thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel. Notice it was always other nationalities with Israel. It wasn't just Israel. God started with Israel, but God is the God of all nationalities. All people, and all people got to come the same way.
to what he is showing Israel. That's why he mentioned the strangers, right? Yep. Some brothers nowadays say, no, it's just for Israel. And when you see stranger, that just means Israel who done lost, who is lost. He like a stranger now. No, well, Israel wasn't lost here, so this stranger had to be another nationality, right? That's what it had to be. Whosoever he be of the children of Israel or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed to Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stone. So the stranger that was with Israel didn't get no pass either, did they? No. They got the same punishment. But now, skip down to verse 6. We're going to read some more wages of sin and see how serious this thing is. Because God is the judge. Go ahead, verse 6.
And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, go to a whoring after them. I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people.
Now he talking about all of, you got a lot of this stuff on TV now about wizards and witches. All this kind of stuff. They making it popular all over again, but God hates that. Because you ain't doing nothing but playing with the devil. So he always hated that. People call themselves wizards and witches. He said, the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits. That means they just dealing with the devil. You're going to go to a psychic to find something out. Look, God run it all. God even run the devil. Just wait on him. He said, but you turn, those that turn after such have familiar spirits, and after wizards to go a-whoring after them, I would even set my face against that soul and would cut him off from among his people. Verse 7.
Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am the Lord your God.
Now, he wants you to be holy. Be perfect according to his guidelines, which is his law. But go ahead.
And you shall keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord which sanctify you.
He wants you to be separate from all the people that don't want to follow him. But go ahead.
For everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death.
Go ahead.
He hath cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him.
See, the Lord wasn't playing about his commandment. He was putting people to death. See, that's at this time he would put them to death immediately because he was trying to keep sin from taking over. Therefore, he can have an holy nation. Some people use that. They say, well, you know, y'all not stoning nobody now, so how you keeping the law? That don't mean it's okay to break the law just because you ain't getting stoned right away. The Lord going to get you. That's why he got a parable in there about the wheat and the tares. No, he's not going to stone you. We're not going to try to take nobody out there and stone them. Because one reason, hey, we all imperfect now. The nation is not perfect. So somebody that's pulling the switch on the electric chair. Hey, they might pull a switch on the electric chair for somebody that murdered 15 people, but they might have been committing adultery last night. That ain't right. They should have been in the same electric chair. But see, man ain't putting nobody to death. They ain't giving them lethal injection or nothing for committing adultery. God killed you for all of that. That shows you how unfair man is. How the heck you going to shoot a needle in somebody arm for murdering somebody and you committing adultery, stealing, committing idolatry, not to mention breaking the Lord's Sabbath day. The Lord killed people for that, and we're going to read it. See, so that's why God took it out of man being the judge as far as his holy nation Israel, because the people wasn't worthy of carrying that out. But that don't mean it's okay to break these laws. God going to get you in the end. That's why it's called Judgment Day. He going to still get you. So don't think you getting away. The old saying is true. You getting by. You ain't getting away. You're not going to get no swift judgment now, but that don't mean you're not going to get judged, do it?
Right.
But now here he said, look, verse 9, read it again.
For everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. He hath cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him.
So for all the people, whoever got fathers or mothers still living, especially young people, you better be careful how you talk to your mother and father. The Lord is not playing about this, is he? You can get mad as you want to get. Even they might let you off the hook. You say something out the way, curse your mother and father, they might forgive you, but God's still going to get you. Or they might curse back at you. But it don't matter. You have, as the movie said, you drew first blood in this. Because you the one crossed the line. He said, for everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall surely, no doubt about it, did he? Surely be put to death. He hath cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him. God said, I'm going to kill you. He's not playing. Now, again, nobody ain't going to take a child out and stone him now or beat him to death, even though I know some parents might want to. But that ain't going to happen now, but don't think you're going to get by with God. Verse 10.
And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife.
Oh, now even adultery, like I said a minute ago, God wasn't playing with that, was he? Let's see what happened to the man that committed adultery with another man's wife. Go ahead.
Even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife. The adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. See, both of them. The woman didn't even escape, did she? Both of them. Because she knew better, just like the man. She knew she had a husband, and the man knew she had a husband. Both of them had to die. Go ahead, verse 11. And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall be put to death. Surely be put to death. Go ahead. Their blood shall be upon them. See, their blood shall be upon. See, the Lord covered everything too, didn't he? Yeah. He said, a man that lied with his father's wife. Didn't even have to be your mother. It's your father's wife. The Lord required that. It's a wage for that, and it is death. Go ahead. See, now he gave you an out for stuff, certain things that might have been in ignorance, and it didn't cross the line totally, right? He had you offer up. You still had to kill something. No, you had to kill an animal, right? But now certain things, when you cross the line that he got down there, he just said, look, you kill that person. Because they ain't going to mess everything up for everybody else. Kill them. Go ahead. What verse you at? 12. And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. So he said, look, the son can't sleep with his father's wife, and the father, that don't give him, he don't have no right to sleep with the son's wife, with his daughter-in-law. Both of them put to death. The father and the daughter-in-law. Go ahead. They have wrought confusion. Their blood shall be upon them. See, people say, oh, yeah, see, that's why we like Jesus and the New Testament, because they was too much killing back there. Look, we're going to read and see if Jesus changed any of this. You don't know, Jesus is a killer. He was the killer talking back here, really. But that's another lesson. Go ahead. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with the woman, both of them have committed an abomination. Now, that's this same sex stuff. How can you think that that's okay when it's clearly in the Bible? And then got the nerve to be talking church and Bible. Don't even talk this. Just leave this alone and go and do your same sex stuff. But don't try to make it okay in the Bible. A lot of them just say, well, the Bible fairy tale anyway. Okay, well, you keep that thought, but we're going to find out. It's going to all come out in the wash. So he said, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have done what? Committed an abomination. He said it ain't just even an average sin, it's an abomination. An abomination. Go ahead. They shall surely be put to death. They shall surely be put to death. No doubt about it. So this is giving you an insight into God's mind. It ain't what I feel about it. It ain't what no man feel about it. If at the top of Leviticus 20, it said the Lord told Moses this. This is how God feel about it. And like I said, we ain't saying stone or kill nobody now. I'm just telling you how God feel about it. It ain't time to be stoned and killing nobody among man now. But I'm showing you God going to get you because the judgment, they haven't got here yet.